Library at the bottom. It says library at the
You know,
bottom.
lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons.
Make a new list.
A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but
Library.
we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this plastic, gonna take breath. I'm sipping his hand, he eat this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young and the rest for the money, my hunger for paper, it saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you want that lick shit, we can get rich quick, we can get paid tonight. Yeah, go. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gonna go
trying
up?
to be a headache this birthday.
Gotta think about it. 187. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Chop that shit over, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many
Video
demons.
games, not technology.
Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons.
Fighting my.
It's me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in these ghosts. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas on go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they joked. Gave him the ball and nigga they choke. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code, no code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yell at company. BMG gang, and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit, guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the high left. Don't take no slam. Don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go up? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by item. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. It's me against these
YouTube, what's going on with you? YouTube? How's everybody? How is everybody? Everybody can hear the sound of my voice pretty good. Y'all can hear the sound of my voice pretty good. Y'all can hear me pretty good, right? How's everybody? I hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is doing great, right? Hope great things is happening for people in every circle. Every circle. Hope great things are happening for people in every circle. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now. It's a lot of good stuff going on right now. All right. So y'all, what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to go straight in the story time? Y'all want to go straight in the story time? Y'all want to get the the other stuff out the way. Hey, shit. Oh shit. This is hilarious. Okay. You love a good story? I love a good story too. I love a good story too. All right. So let's get into this story of madness. The tale of Ralph the Wise. Okay. Let's get into it. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Because y'all got to know. Y'all got to know. I think the people deserve to know. I think they deserve to know, how this journey begins and where it's going so far. We're at a we're at a we're at a good breaking point in this journey. What did you just sign up for? I signed up for anything. You the ads? The ads, what? What? What did I do? Okay, never mind. What the hell is that about? Who is that? I don't know. This boy done did something. Hmm. Um, yeah, so let me tell y'all this story, man. Once upon a time, in the long, long, long lost land of Tubi, YouTube, there was a dude by the name of Wise. Nah, he pretty good on the credit card stuff. He usually asks about the credit card stuff. And Ralph the Wise set out on a journey like no other. He set out on a journey to unify the people. And he knew with today's age and today's technology, he knew that he would have to overcome great obstacles and illusions and different levels of personas unbeknown to man. He knew that he was entering the land of the tombs. He knew he was entering the land of the tombs. He just didn't know just how loony they would get. And as he moved forward with his journey of spirituality and unity, he just was taking everything in, right? He was taking everything in. And, these storms, they were just a brewing, right? In that storm stood uh, a Jaguar Wright. In that storm stood a No Nuts, Queen of Lucandia. In that storm stood a Wolf Coochie. He didn't know all the things that storm would bring, but he was prepared. Nonetheless, he was prepared. He had his chapstick and he had his nunchucks, and that's all he needed. He came with a badass friend named Pedro and a llama, And that's all Ralph the Wise needed. He had a badass friend named Pedro and a llama, and he had his chapstick, and he had his nunchucks. And that's all he needed. And he journeyed out there and he knew that the algorithm was going to bring all kinds of madness. He knew that the live stream crusaders was going to come at him with copyrights and all types of abominable things. He knew that they were going to put false allegations on him. He knew that it was going to be a tough road. He knows it. He knows it. And as he made his proper preparations so he wouldn't perform poorly, he knew that they too was making proper preparations. I mean, they were getting the black bras out, infinite black bra. You don't know. See, a lot of people got black bra, but when you got infinite armor black bra, do you know that's like a custom made suit? That's like one of the cheat codes in the video game. Infinite armor black bra. You know how hard it is to take somebody out with an infinite armor black bra. They didn't just stop there. They pulled out the empty bonnets. They didn't just stop there. No, no, no. They pulled everything out the woodworks for Ralph the Wise. They was using misinformation, disinformation, confusion, confliction. Oh man, they was doing everything. They had 72 to 48 hours watches on him. They literally put a whole team together to surveillance his Discord. They was watching Ralph the Wise. So tough. But he noons it. He noons it. By the way that empty bonnet swayed, and by the way that thing post on Wolf Coochie neck, Ralph the Wise knew he had them in the huckabuck. They pulled out the Ronnie Slows. They pulled out the big hungry CCs, even pulled out a demon named Grace. They was pulling out all the stops for Ralph the Wise. But he noons it. Oh, he noons it. They was doing the most. They was. They was. And as he spent his time trying to unify the people with parables of peace, and he set and he made laughter and tried to make common ground of every situation that they put him in, he also noticed one thing.
Do I go? Do I log out and then make a new one?
Yeah, you can log out of this one. Or you just switch accounts and then put in
Oh gosh. I guess just add another.
yeah, you can just add another account and then log in. I don't know. Do you got one under 7? The password?
I don't remember.
You don't know it? You don't know the password to it? Oh well, I don't know what to tell you. Um and Ralph the Wise, he was so prepared that he already made multiple pages to prepare for the madness. He set out to fix the algorithm. He set out to change the direction of all the things that was happening within the algorithm system of the YouTubers. And the people cheered him on. They cheered him on. They said, "You can do it. You can do it. You got this." And he knew with the right amount of people backing him up, he can change and shift or alter the direction, the way the world was going in. He knew through the sounds of vibrational frequency that was rolling off of his tongue, just as sure as the words were coming off of his tongue. He knew that he was changing the algorithm. Oh, but they didn't like that. Not in Jaguar country, not for the Jaganators. Oh, no. She put the dirty diaper on and she set out to go after him. Oh, yeah. She put the dirty diaper on, left the light on at the Motel 6, and was on her way to search for Mr. Wise. Dirty diaper, black bra, and an empty bonnet. She was on her way. And she didn't just stop there. Oh no, she had a fat neck son of a gun with her too. I mean, you would think this dude was quick on the draw, but really, he was quick on the slaw. Yeah, yeah. He would drink mimosa first thing in the morning, you know? Duty diapers, he would say. That's what duty diapers. Nightmares of duty diapers. And they broke out of that Motel 6. They was Motel 6 streamers. You ever run across a Motel 6 streamer? They are the most diabolical. They literally run the water all the hours of the night so nobody can have hot water in the morning, right? People started attacking the collective of the wise. The wise, they formed this collective, and people started attacking the collective of the wise. The sister wives and the brother husbands, they start they started rallying up. It was more sister wives and more brother husbands than anything. They lived in a land of dirt. It was dirt mounds as far as the eyes can see. It was dirt mounds. It was all the dirt she needed for mud baths. She went out and got an infinite amount of dirt for mud baths. That's all what she would bathe in is dirt and mud, and she would spend hours in mud baths. Oh yes, they was diabolical. This duo right here, they was spineless and diabolical. Wolf Kutcher had this thing growing out the side of his neck. I think it was giving him ideas. He would always stop and have these moments where he would like listen to his neck. Nobody else knew what was going on but him. Nobody knew his neck was talking to him. Nobody knew. The only person that knew was Miss Empty Bonnet, the bandit. The Empty Bonnet bandit. She knew. She knew Wolf Kutcher was talking out the side of his neck. Empty Bonnet bandit. She knew it. She said it. She said it in the episode. She said, Grace, we're going to have to get people to learn about the frequency that lives inside your throat. At least that's what I heard her say one time. She said, we're going to teach them about the frequency that lives inside your throat. I said, how the hell is you going to learn about the frequency that live inside of Grace's throat? And we don't even know about the hair that lives up under your empty bonnet. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. That's just what I was saying. I was like, we don't even know about the hair that's up under the empty bonnet. How we supposed to know about the voice that's in Grace? But I digress. I digress. And as we move forward with this story, they were so upset because Ralph the Wise was uplifting each other, collaborating, creating different variations of unity, encouraging people, healing old timelines, healing wounds. This was giving people, this was inspiring people. He went around inspiring people with words of aspiration Told people that he loved them all the time, even when they didn't know they needed love. He was spreading it. Yes, he was. He was spreading it. And they didn't like it. Wolf Kutcher had this crackly voice. They was all doing all types of electronic exchanges and exchangements for money. They was all trying to implement other people in their electronic transactional scams. But no, Ralph the Wise was smart. Ralph the Wise knew that he didn't want no parts of their shenanigans. He played his P's and his Q's and dotted his T's and crossed his I's. He was making sure he was Ralph the Wise. He didn't want to take it. He watched them manipulate the Discord and some more. He watched them play at the front door and the back door. But no, no, no. Ralph the Wise did not take it. They put people in his Discord to spy and lie. They even made up a whole history in which not he didn't reply. They said that he was going to do some stuff to a Minnie Mouse and a Mighty Mouse, and he was like, "What? His name is just Ralph." He didn't want to do anything to anybody. He was here for learning and developing. He was here for growth and truth. But they wanted to pile him up with as many lies as they could. And they tried as they might. They tried as they might. They tried to get rid of his pages, but he was already ahead of them. It seems like everything they tried, Ralph the Wise was ahead of them. And they sent out no nuts. No nuts from Lucandia. Oh, yes. The hag was so pissed in Jag country that she signed on and got no nuts to go along with them. And now that everything is going the way it's going, he too realized he's no match for Ralph the Wise. Yes, he did realize that he's no match for Ralph the Wise. So what did No Nuts do? He started making up lies because that's what they do. He had so many lies living in that shoe. He had so many lies, he didn't know what to do. He was 7 lies on top of 7 lies on top of 7 lies until you realize that it's just lies. And No Nuts thought that he had everything figured out. He ran around and yap, yap, yap with all of his might. It wasn't a fist fight, but he thought he had took flight. I mean, No Nuts was, he thought he was soaring in the sky like a bird, like a plane. And they had nothing on Ralph the Wise. I mean, they put together so many lies, you would think they was the Lion King. Yeah, this is a different type of Lion King. He's like, I'm gonna be the Lion King. I'm working on my roar. I'm working on the main event. I'm closing all these doors. He just was out here on the YouTuber and he was like, oh, I just can't wait to be king. You know, that's what I'm gonna be the main event. That's what he was out here. He was out here giving everybody his 1-2 step. Nobody cared about his Sierra. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared about his Sierra. Nobody wanted to see his Sierra. We didn't ask for his 1-2 step, but he was out here giving it to us. I got a story. You want to hear? Here it go. He was a habitual line stepper. He wouldn't stop. He robbed another and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a lady who was a AT undercover. You know, he thought he was the slickest of the rickets. That's what he thought, Mr. Ricket. And he came with all types of little workers. I mean, he came with many gremlins, flying monkeys, achumakus. I even think I seen him with a pumpy monkey blood baby, pumpy monkey dog baby, a baby monkey dog mummy, a mummy monkey dog baby, a crypt keeper, a safe keeper, a lip locker, something, anything but a panty dropper. He didn't want nothing to do with those panty droppers. No nuts didn't want nothing to do with panty droppers. He said, keep them panty droppers away from me. He wanted to be the one dropping the panties. You know? That's what he wanted. He wanted to be the one dropping the panties. He was out here looking for something to make him coochie wet. And him didn't even have a coochie. He was trying to make him's coochie wet with no coochie. How you making a coochie wet with no coochie? It was the weirdest shit ever. But this no nuts, he thought he was capable of making a coochie wet with no coochie. Got to be more careful. So he launched this campaign of whispers. Yes, No Nuts launched this campaign of whispers. And in these whispers was all types of lies. I mean, he put all types of lies in these whispers. When I say all types of lies in these whispers, it was a metonymus of lies, a plethora of lies. I mean, there was lies on top of lies on top of lies. There was so many lies. It was a conundrum. Nobody can figure their way in. Nobody can figure their way out. That's why it was a whisper. It was a campaign of whisper. He got all these people. And the one thing that you will hear when you know a no nuts is near is, so if you ever are being chased by a no nuts, you might hear, in which case, don't you look in the direction that you hear that from. Okay? Don't you even say, huh? Don't you act, you better act like you didn't hear it. Clench your butt cheeks tight and ease on down the road. Do you hear me? If you ever hear, push it out for me, you clench them cheeks tight. You get your ass up that road. Okay? Because surely a no nuts is near. All right? And you don't want to get snatched up by a no nuts. These things are resentless. Do you hear me? They are resentless. They will shucky ducky quack quack and quack quack shucky ducky at the same time. Do you hear me? They will shucky ducky quack quack and quack quack shucky ducky at the same time. They don't even know which way they want to go. Do you get what I'm saying? If you ever hear, push it out for me, clench your cheeks tight and kiss your ass goodnight. Okay? Because you better get up that road. Because if you run into one of these things, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay? And they come in all shapes and sizes. This is just happened to be one that I ran into. Okay? Now, if you run into one, it might not look like this one in particularly, but be sure if you hear, push it out for me, you know exactly what the fuck you dealing with. And you are obligated to get to safety. Okay? Now, once No Nuts realized that he was no match for Ralph the Wise, they started duplicating his likeness and image, stealing his intellectual properties. I mean, they mixed it up amongst the group. He came over here spreading love and light, energy, knowledge, and wisdom, and all of them try to steal a piece of it. They all started going against what they knew, which was wickedness and nastiness and trauma bonding. Then they all wanted to make it seem like they don't trauma bond, stealing pieces of Ralph the Wise. They all wanted to make it seem like they had integrity, they cared about truth, stealing pieces of Ralph the Wise. They all wanted to make it seem like they didn't care about money and they didn't care about the monetization of their platform and they didn't care about numbers. Whole time, all they talk about is numbers, likes, and money. I want you to pay attention because you might be dealing with a den of thieves. You might be dealing with a den of thieves. Okay. So you have to be very cautious. You got to be very cautious of these personas out here now. Okay. I need you guys to be very cautious of these personas out here, right? You might see them in many different faces. Some of the faces might look like this. You might get confused. These are normal human faces, but on the inside, they are demonic entities aimed to capture your essence. If you ever want to watch a movie pertaining to this, you might want to watch Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep is a continuation to what is that? Shallow The Shining. And then you have these characters over here. So you have different groups of these people. It's not just one group. You got these group right here. You got micro mice and micro mini mice. You know, these is miceses. They from the Miceketeers. You ever seen the Miceketeers? Me neither. Nobody seen the Miceketeers. Okay, that's why they call Miceketeers, right? Because it's something bigger than them. This Ren and Stimpy. You know Ren and Stimpy. You know Ren and Stimpy. Come on. Stimpy, you idiot. You know Ren and Stimpy. Okay? So, you know, you got to be careful out here. You got to be careful out here in these you know, yeah, they sending out those microwaves from the micro you know, they micromanaging over there, sending out microwaves talking about we going to go to TikTok. We gonna go to TikTok. We gonna go to TikTok and took your page over there. So since y'all say y'all gonna do that, I say we might as well take the conversation to TikTok. So, you know, everybody make sure they go follow United Stand 111. United Stand 111. We're gonna be doing Discord conversations over on TikTok. So that way, everybody from the Discord can have a voice over on TikTok. Your voice can be heard from the Discord. So we're going to take the conversation over there. Y'all go follow United Stand 111 over on TikTok. I'll show you what the page look like right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up so that way also people from the Discord can rent the talk. Hit me up on this on hit me up on the Discord. Hit me up on the Discord. So you can find it by typing in YouTube Madness also. You can type it by finding YouTube Madness. So right here is the page. This is one of the pages that I make. And listen, despite what people say, like my business on TikTok is very good. Like I help people make pages. I make pages on TikTok, right? Um, you know, I help people build pages. We do grow parties over there, so on and so forth, where we used to help people build pages. You know, these people wouldn't even know how to help people. You can notice that they don't know how to help people. Look at the people that they lied and said they help. Just really go look at the people that they lied and said they help. You will see that they really didn't help nobody. But they gonna lie and say they help people for sure. For sure, they gonna lie and say they help people. For sure, for sure, they gonna lie and say they help people. But make sure y'all go follow this page right here, and I'm gonna put this page in the Discord. I'm in the Discord too. So I'm gonna share this page to the Discord. I'm gonna put it in the TikTok link part of the Discord. So if anybody want to go follow that page, they feel free to go follow that page. Now, once again, this is the page we're gonna use to, uh, you know, basically talk our shit. So we're not gonna talk it over here no more. All right. We're not gonna talk it over here no more because we realize that they're playing this whole game over here where they think they can gatekeep and control the algorithm, so on and so forth. So now we're taking it off of YouTube. On YouTube, we're just going to talk about the Atlas family, all the positive stuff, constantly put the knowledge out there and have story time. Now, of course, if you reading in between the lines, then during story time, you might know what we talking about or who we talking about. But we're gonna take we're gonna take the conversation over here now. Okay, we're gonna take it over here to TikTok. And as you can see, I got this page. This page got 10,000 followers, right? These are all authentic followers. I literally sat for hours and got these followers going live, sitting for hours at a time, right? Now, here's another page with 16.7K followers, right? Literally, when I say like they can sit over here and try to make it seem like there's somebody over here and they did all of this stuff over here and so on and so forth. And that's why he says stuff like, oh, he's the reason why TikTok should be banned and so on and so forth. Man, cut it out. Y'all lying to yourself. And then you have this one right here. You see, this is my main page, my business page, right? There's a lot of cards and stuff like that, spiritual stuff like that, that we done did on this page, so on and so forth. So this is like my main page, my business page. Um, I show you, I got business cards on here and stuff like that. We do have an LLC, like despite what some of these people are doing, they are moving fraudulently with fake, GoFundMe's and so on and so forth. And, you know, but hey, listen, that's how they want to move. Let them move how they going to move. We're going to move accordingly and show them that they can't stop nothing. They're trying to make it seem like, and they putting false accusations on me. That's the funny thing. That's what's really going to get them. And look, right here, you can see ain't nobody do nothing special. This is how you know that they just don't do their work. They're so lazy. This is how you know. You could have easily went to this page and seen right here. You see it say Hartsville, South Carolina, right? So it wasn't like I was hiding. They do all the hiding. They do all the hiding. All my information been out there, you know? So everything that they doing, they got it to do. Let them do it, right? As you can see, what that say? All my information been out there. Join us at our new location, Hartsville, South Carolina. Energy of Atlas, Energy of Atlas, Atlas. Like they do all of this capping and fraudulent stuff, and then they go out and try to put it on other people like other people need to be fake like them. Nobody needs to fake it. That's why, you got certain people. Let's get back to the story. See, y'all almost made me forget. Y'all almost made me forget the story. Y'all almost made me forget to get back to the story. See that? That's why I ain't fucking with y'all. That's why I don't be fucking with y'all. Yeah, so they didn't like the new breeze, the way I did my two-step when I came through doing it like I was doing it for TV. They didn't like Ralph the Wise. They didn't like him at all. He had seemed to unlock the code of spirituality. He was giving people the secret to the emerald tablets. He was talking about moon stars and quasars, and they did not like it at all. No Nut started creating fake accounts so he can, hide in the Discord with fake accounts. No Nut started creating these fake accounts so he can hide in the comment section with fake accounts, hide on people's pages with fake accounts, tag people from secret locations with fake accounts. And that's not even including what the other guys was doing. The other team, they was sitting there and they was doing money laundering, back end stuff, getting people emails. See, there's a such thing as called data farming or data farming, right? So when you give these people your emails and stuff like that, they then sell your emails to people outside of this country. The people outside of your country, outside of this country, they then start spamming your emails with different stuff. Then allegedly, supposedly, right? They'll spam your email with different stuff. You accidentally click on one of these emails that they've been spamming it with. Next thing you know, you're getting phone calls on your phone, and someone is trying to tell you that you gotta, your 2004 5 car insurance need to be repoed, or that the favorite one that they go with is they're saying someone's been using your social security number and you got to call us, the FBI, so on and so forth, in which case you call a number and it's a fake number. And what they do is they get you to confirm your social security number on the phone, in which case they get your social security number by your own confirming it. And this is how they play. But you have people who on the internet who they get your social, right? They'll get your social security number. They'll get like, different things, your email, stuff like that. And then through arguing with you and going through different stuff like that, they're getting pieces of your life, right? They're getting people pieces of your life. Think about it. If three of the questions on somebody's questionnaire, one of them is your first dog's name, or your, the first pet name. The other one would be like your street address, and then the other one would be like your mom's name, right? So the in the middle of arguing with you while they got you in your feelings and emotions, these are the things that they're trying to get out of you, right? And that's not even including if they're recording your voice so they can get voice recognition, right? Now they can take this voice recognition to AI, right? Play the voice for AI, and then the AI has your voice, right? And then they can use that in order to talk like you or steal your, identity. This is what's going on right now. We're in the age of technology, right? So a lot of this stuff is happening right in our face. They'll send you these different variations of emails, so on and so forth. And then that's why do you think Ronnie Bo was trying to get so many people's emails? Why do you think he sent everybody to a text now number? Right? They was doing all of this stuff. Now hold on. We're gonna pause this from story time. We're gonna pause this because we still got a lot of story time to go with. Now, we this is the game that they go with right here. This is how they work. This is how this is the no, you ain't supposed to see Cat Dog yet. You ain't supposed to see that yet. You ain't get to that part yet. You ain't get to that part yet. You ain't get to that part yet. Nope, nope, nope. You way up here. Here you go. So yeah. So this is how it works. And I want y'all to see what's going on right now. Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause on the story. Let's take a pause on the story. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. And I want to apologize to everybody because even though y'all didn't know, I posted a live at 7 o'clock today. I know a lot of y'all was waiting for that 7 o'clock live. But let me explain why I posted that live at 7 o'clock. With my observation, I have observed not only spies in my Discord, but I also have observed a numerous amount of people that have been trying to find out what is my scheduled live time so they can schedule a live at that particular time. This is why you had people going live at 10 o'clock. If you notice, when I put up that banner that said Energy of Atlas from 9 to 12, I don't know if you guys remember that banner that I put up. It said Energy of Atlas from 9 to 12. A lot of people started trying to go live in between the 9 and 12 spot, right? And then when I started changing my times up, I also noticed other people changing their times up. So I put it to the test today to see. Let me schedule a live for 7 o'clock and see who alters their time in order to match my time. Now, I noticed that people already had times scheduled for their live. But as soon as I put my time in the equation, guess what? They changed up the times for their live. Now, to me, that seems auspicious. So I usually leave situations like that alone, knowing that it's like, if you bring it up, they're going to try to, turn that situation around and be like, he swears somebody, da 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 da, because they want you to mention them. They want to be relevant, right? So I scheduled that live and I apologize for everybody who got caught up in me trying to see something. I apologize, but I wanted to see who was, trying to step on my toes and who was doing this interference thing. So I got a lot out of scheduling that live for 7 o'clock. I got to see who was real. And, I got to see some more manipulatippers. I got to see some more manipulatippers. Plus, in between that time, I also got to see some characters and some people, right? So that's why you seen that live scheduled at 7 o'clock. And also around that time, my son, I had to help him with his math homework, and then we also played the game a little bit after that. So that was a part of that too. But mainly, I wanted to see what was going on, like who's doing this, who's and here's the thing. A lot of people try to make it seem like, hey, somebody's this, somebody's that. There's a lot of people that's doing this whole weird control thing. Some people are allowing themselves to be controlled, right? Somebody come along, tell you that they can help you with your page, throw you some money, so on and so forth, hit you with a couple of super chats, throw a couple of memberships out there. Now they got you wooed. They got you wooed. People don't have integrity. People don't have a moral compass. People don't have, tenacity anymore. You know what I mean? They're willing to fold to anybody who's gifting memberships, anybody who's giving them memberships. It's a good person. So people are allowed to hide their wickedness behind their money, right? So because they threw you a couple of memberships, because they threw you a couple of super chats, you're like, I like that person. That's a good person, because they was able to hide how messed up of a person they was behind super chats, because they're able to hide how messed up a person they is behind money. You act like you can't see all the nasty, sick, devastating stuff that they're doing, because you're like, that person gave me a super chat. They're cool with me. Wow. And I don't say that at any particular person. Listen to me. I know someone's going to take a piece of what I'm saying and try to use it as their content tomorrow. I'm not saying that to anyone particularly, right? And in a sense of it, it's almost like you have to pay attention to your surroundings and the people that surround you. We can't keep, not this collective, we not going to fall for the same thing over and over again. That's not what we going to do, right? So you tricked us one time, we can't let you trick us again, right? That makes us look like a fool. And my mama didn't raise no fool. I'm pretty sure your mama didn't raise no fool, right? So we not gonna play that back and forth game, you know. So we just gonna leave that whole situation alone. We're still going to observe it. We still got the watch parties in the Discord, so we'll observe it from the Discord and laugh about it. We're not getting twisted up in that energy any longer. We are allowing them to paint the narrative how they want to paint the narrative. Um, we're going to ignore it. Uh, whatever storyline they want to paint about it, let them paint it about it. Um, we'll see whose content has to come down after, gag orders and uh everything goes out, cease and desist orders go out and everything like that. And then, you know, uh civil lawsuits, because this is civil. Like when you telling people that somebody said that they was gonna grape them and tie their husband up and stuff like that, yeah, you literally want beyond, defamation of character. Like you're trying to say that this person is, terroristic threats and so on and so forth. So we're going to see where this goes. I'll show you guys the proper way to handle paperwork, as far as whether I have to petition the court myself or whether I, get a lawyer to do it or whatever. This is going to be like, listen, I'm going to show you guys better than I can tell you guys, right? uh but we'll walk you through it as it unfolds. We'll walk you through it. I talked to some people already. We already have abundant amount of evidence gathered. So we'll walk you through it, but we're going to smile and we're going to laugh through the whole thing because we know everything is fraudulent, right? So push it out for me. Push it out for me. All right, back to the story. Back to the story. Story time. Story time. Everybody type story time in the comment section. Everybody type story time in the comment section. That way the algorithm knows that it is story time. Everybody type story time. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all stuck in it with me, whether y'all want to or not. Y'all stuck in this with me because they done put us all in the bubble. They done put us all in the bubble, talking about we got sister wives, the da da da. They trying to make us out to be a cult, and that's why we sit in the Discord and laugh. Is because we knew from the beginning that everything was a joke. We knew it from the beginning that everything was a joke. The only people that didn't know it was the people who tried to carry that outside of Discord and make it a whole thing, right? So that's okay. Now we embrace it. We're going to take it just like Christians, just like the Christians took it. We're going to take it and we're going to wear that shit proudly. Y'all want to call us sister wives and husband brothers. Now we're going to take it and we're going to wear it proudly. Y'all make sure y'all get over to the Atlas Family Store. Get you some of the stuff that we have over there. Remember, this is just this month's stuff. Next month, a whole different lineup of stuff is coming out next month. So make sure you are, following. Make sure you checking the store regularly for the new stuff that's coming out, because a whole different lineup of stuff will be coming out soon. Um and yeah, so you have to definitely be careful. Have to be careful when dealing with these people, man. Make sure y'all get over there, check out the store. Please check out the store, get you some stuff. Even if it's a pair of socks, some of the stuff is getting sipped out. I just got a what you call 'em today saying that I think Ebony stuff is on the way. It's already out. The shirt that we ordered, it's already out. So make sure y'all head that way. Check out the store. Um, just to show y'all, this is the stuff that's in the store. Focus, focus, focus. I know. Story time. Story time. I know. We still in the middle of story time. I paused it. I paused it. Y'all make sure y'all check out the story. So yeah, so what y'all think about this whole real life, I mean the real life street stars blue couch, Jaguar Wright popping back up. Y'all think this is the one that's gonna send her to jail? Or y'all think she's gonna turn herself in since she's down there? Maybe she found a lawyer, maybe she found some people that she's working with and they, she got competent or something like that. And maybe she's ready to fight that case. What y'all think? Y'all make sure y'all get some of this stuff. Flip my dipper, you know. Make sure y'all get some of this. The socks. We're gonna have our own pattern of socks soon. So we're gonna have our own pattern of socks real soon. So don't even trip. We got some new stuff coming out. Make sure you get a handbag, a blanket. Make sure you get a blanket, you know. Um, either one. Once you do get it, make sure you send a picture of it. You say it's a setup. If it's a setup, she's walking into it. So maybe she's trusting that whatever comes out of it is part of the plan. She says she's going to be outing a lot of things. She says she's going to be outing a lot of things. So who knows? Maybe we're going to find out about she. I know she's going to bring up the big homie CC thing, right? And one thing she said is she said she's going after Atwoods. So she's gonna back up Ronnie Bo's story now. She's gonna back up Ronnie Bo's story and this is where Maggie comes in and she's gonna say ever since she's, been around Atwoods, these are the people that was implemented in her life since then. You know, she met these people around that time. So well, maybe not the knot. She might have met the knot before that. He's saying that she got dirt on him. She's saying she got dirt on him. Yeah, make me think she working for Jay-Z. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the way they got it, the way they letting her run wild like that, I'm starting to think she working for Jay-Z too. All these storylines, they gotta come out. All this stuff gotta unfold. All this stuff gotta reveal itself. All these low vibrational entities, they gotta come out. All right, let's get back to the story. Story. So yeah, we're gonna see what comes out on that. I was gonna do a live about that, talking about that at 7, but you see what happened, right? People changed up the titles to their live about 7 times today, and then they put their live at the same time that I did my live. So like I'm smarter than them. We're way smarter than them. That's why they don't like me because every move that they seem to try to make, it seems like you know, I'm already making it. I'm already doing it, you know? So it is what it is. You say you'll like to see her spill the beans and then right after the interview, well, she's nervous. She's nervous. She's scared. Um, that's why these people around her are making sure that she's comfortable. If you heard Joker call her today while she was on live, trying to give her that level of comfortability. Um, she shouting, you hear her, she keep on shouting out Set in the West, but you haven't seen them in the same presence with each other or anything like that because he's probably taking care of the stuff that he's got to take care of with the whole court and everything like that. So the separation has to look like it's real so on and so forth. And then, it also forces her to do the interview if she's back in Dallas. And, I don't think she was at Ayasha's house. I think she might have been at, DJ Genesis house or something. I'm sorry. Uh, you know, being her friend since 1998, I'm pretty sure Jaguar can call on her and say, "Hey, I'm coming to your house." Plus, I heard that same smoke detector going off in both of their damn backgrounds. But I'm just an observer. That's all. I'm just here to observe, just like everybody else. But back to the story. So mindful people, perhaps in the real house. Okay, so Ralph the Wise, he set out to try to clean up the algorithm of the algatory of which was YouTube, and No Nuts was determined by all means to stop him. I mean, he wanted the energy so bad that he started saying that Ralph the Wise wanted him in some type of weird way, you know? Think he said, "Let's get it on," and some weird stuff like that, right? They struck his videos repeatedly, trying to take down Ralph the Wise because they couldn't stand his level of positivity. They hated that people loved to come see. They hated that people loved to come see Ralph the Wise. They hated that people loved to hear what Ralph the Wise had to say. They hated that people was looking for Ralph the Wise. I mean, he became like part of the algorithm in his own way. People were putting his names in the title, trying to steal his energy, you know? Oh, we're going to take down all your pages, they say. Let us in. They're going to huff and puff and blow your page down. That's what no nuts would run around and say. He would say, "Ralph the Wise, let me in." Ralph the Wise would say, "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." He would say, "If you don't let me in, I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your page in." And Ralph the Wise would say, "I have many more." And that no nuts would huff and puff and get the blowing. But that wasn't the only blowing he was doing. No, no, no. He was a master blower. He would blow anything. He would blow everything. He would blow under. He would blow over. He would blow in. He would blow out. He got so good at blowing, you didn't know which way he was going to take a route. He was a blower for sure. And they were attacking his page. They had hired flying monkeys left and right. One who read tarot cards, clairvoyant journeys. Clairvoyant made profound predictions. She told No Nuts that she was going to sacrifice Ralph the Wise page and everything. And she was offering his page up. I guess she was going to put him in a jar. Ralph the Wise was smart. He carried around bags of things that would not allow any type of level of negativity to get through to him. He was not allowing it. He paid attention to everything. So No Nuts finally got upset and he went and brought in the very odd parents, Shelly and Patty. Shelly and Patty? Oh man, these mother suckers. These mother suckers. They was old and wrinkly, and they would always pout. One had a fish face, one had a cat face, and they always pouted. They think about that nasty, mean cat that just walked around and just was like, I mean, they would rant for hours about stuff. I mean, you really can't have one without the other. They was tied to one another. Yeah, they was. Mm-hmm. Nastiness, the nastiest of the nastiest. Ralph the Wise was running through them all of the different types of nasties. They were everywhere. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. Y'all like the story so far? One's in the chat. Y'all like the story? Y'all put ones in the chat if y'all like the story. It was worth it, right? It was worth the wait, wasn't it? And remember, this is on the fly. Despite what you see here, this is all on the fly. I didn't read none of this yet. I'm reading it with y'all. I'm winging it. I'm winging it. This is what I do. It just all off the top of the head, you know. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Cat dog. Cat dog. Cat dog. Alone in the world with a little cat dog. Cat dog. Cat dog. Alone in the world with a little cat dog. So yeah, so listen. We got some great things happening, some great things coming up, you know. We got some, things that's happening. I'm trying to get this vehicle now. I was going to put together a mobile podcast. I wanted to get a group of people to put together a mobile podcast and maybe, uh drive around, and it's very easy to do when you think about it. I know a lot of people going to think that it's hard to do. It's not that hard to do, but yeah, put together a mobile podcast, so on and so forth. um and it's actually like it's something fun to do, you know. um and it allows you to get around to people, different cities, so on and so forth. Make that a shirt. So yeah, you want to stay away from these type of people right here. They find a reason to hate, to like they literally don't have no type of love within inside of them. Um, they don't even like each other, you know. To be honest, that's why it's a cat on one end and a dog on the other end, because they really don't like each other, you know. And it's funny because the one that's supposed to be a cat is actually the dog, and the one that's supposed to be the dog is actually the cat. That's even more ironic about these two, entities. They think they Picasso, you know? They running around here like they Picasso. They all butt hurt. They got my page taken and they hurt, right? They stopped me from monetizing and they hurt. Make that make sense. They taking food off of my plate and making it seem like somebody did something to them. I think I'm still I think I'm still subscribed to them, right? I got to go check my subscriptions and unsubscribe to some of these people because it takes from you automatically, right? But I want y'all to think about this. They taking food, if it was, let's say that it was dire and I was doing this YouTube thing for bread and meat, and without it, I didn't eat, right? They coming over here, stopping me from making it, stopping me from monetizing, and then making it seem like I took something from them. Ain't that ironic? Ain't that ironic? They making it seem like I stopped them from doing something, and they did something so great for me by helping get my page taken. And now I'm supposed to bow out, kiss their ass, or do some weird shit like that because they feel like they the greatest ones and I'm ungrateful. You can't, first of all, you got to give somebody something that they asking for. You can't give somebody something that they didn't ask for and then make it seem like they ungrateful. No, I didn't ask for that. You know what I mean? And let's not forget the Crypt Keeper. Oh my goodness. The Crypt Keeper got a thing going on. Me and Cryptus Jones, Cryptus Jones, Cryptus Jones, Cryptus Jones. We got a thing going on. Fellas, she gonna pull them cards on you. She gonna pull them cards on you. No Nut's gonna sit there. He gonna say, Blanca, hit me with a card. She gonna say, Blanca, hit me with a card. I got a deck of cards around here right now. I could be shuffling. You know, I could pull out my crystals and all of that stuff. Real people that do that stuff, real shamans, real people that work with stuff like that, they don't do it for the public eye. So they'll never put it on, they'll never really put it on display like that. The real people that know how that stuff work, they would never put it on display like that. That backwards ass shit she doing. How you pulling cards and people get to pick what card is theirs? How you pulling cards and no nut like, is that a good card? She like, yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, that's me. That's me right there. She said that's a good card. That's me. That's everything that I'm getting right there. That's a good card. That's everything that I'm getting. She pull a bad card. That's a bad card. Yeah, that belonged to She Paint. That's her card. That belonged to yup. Shut up. How you card grifting? You a card grifter. And you trying to talk tough. See, I'm a tarot card reader. Everybody over here, they know, da 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 da. And she's sitting over there praising No Nuts. And I'll never go against the knot. And even my husband know that I sit on the phone with hours with him. And my husband don't say nothing. I guess not, because your husband not there. Anytime you make believe a husband, who is they playing with? Be careful of these crypt keepers. They keeps the crypts. You know what's in the crypts. You know what's in the crypts. Not no good stuff. All right. So Attwoods, I'm gonna need you to contact me, Attwoods. Red alert, Attwoods. I know y'all watching. Get this message to Attwoods and them. Red alert. They are coming for your platform. Ronnie Bo done linked up with Jaguar. Jaguar done linked up with Real Street Stars. She's going to tell them a bunch of stuff about the Attwood Network, basically kind of confirming Ronnie Bo's story. We can go back to the book Ronnie Bo wrote, and all of this stuff is intellectual properties that belong to me. You heard what the Knot said, right? The Knot said that I'm the one that told him all that stuff about Attwoods. The Knot said that I'm the one that told him that Attwoods Network was doing this and doing that. So if I'm the one that did all of that, then all of those intellectual properties belong to me. You know, the fact that they saying that Attwoods is doing this and doing that, that means that that thought came from me and they stole my intellectual properties, and now they trying to make bank and monetize off of my intellectual properties. If you think about it. See, that's why we got to take these conversations to TikTok, because TikTok just changed its intellectual property laws. So therefore, they can't just steal my intellectual properties. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's something about Mary. I'm trying to tell you, think about what I just said. You heard him on Maggie's panel put everything on me. You heard him put everything on me. He said everything was my idea. Yep, that's what he said. So now, in order to get Attwoods and them at the table, because remember, this is what I want y'all to remember what happened throughout these last 2 weeks, right? Maddie herself was saying that nobody over on Attwood Network was saying anything bad about Jaguar. So he was confused, like, why are they not saying nothing about Jaguar? And then Jaguar go live today saying that she's going to be on the blue couch and she's about to expose Attwoods. So she's saying today that she's going to be on the blue couch and she's about to expose Attwoods and so on and so forth, right? So that means she's about to back up that Ronnie Bo story. So if she back ups that Ronnie Bo story, that brings Ronnie Bo back into the equation to run around and do interviews and so on and so forth. And it gives her new life to run around and do interviews, so on and so forth. Then it also brings Atwoods and them back at the table. So now they got to re-sit down and have a whole piece it up thing, right? Create a problem and then do the whole piece it up thing, right? And that's what's taking place right now. Are we not paying attention to this? Traumatized, monetized, traumatized, monetized, traumatized, monetized. This shit is getting crazy. Oh yeah, Seven's birthday is tomorrow. All right, Seven's birthday is tomorrow, so we're gonna have a YouTube party. Y'all want to have a YouTube party for Seven's birthday? We don't do much. We just sit here and play the game. He's gonna spend a bunch of money on the game and play basketball. He already got his Curry sneakers. He already got all the stuff he want, and now all he want to do is get V-Bucks and spend money on the game. So we're gonna have a little party, a little YouTube party for Seven when he get home from school tomorrow. I'm gonna be live doing it, and we just gonna be in here kicking it. Um, I don't know. We might put. I don't know. We just gonna. I guess we're gonna have to break some rules tomorrow and get some copyright strikes because we're gonna play some music. We gonna play some music tomorrow. Okay. I mean, that's my best friend. My son is my best friend. I can't tell him that though, because then he going, try to keep on asking me for money like he already do. But that's who I kick it with. That's who I divide my time with, family. Like that's like, I think he needs it, I think he needs it because I didn't have it when I was a kid and my dad wasn't around. So I said if I ever had a chance to, not make a kid feel like I felt, then that's what I'm gonna do. So when 4 years ago, I think it's been 5 years now. It might have been he 14. Yeah, it might have been, yeah, 4 or 5 years ago when I first, got him. That was my determination. And we've been rocking ever since, man. It's been me and him. I don't really show him too much like that. I try to get him in the whole he wants to be a streamer. He just a try hard in the video game. So it's kind of difficult. So I've been building the Twitch account and once he got it and I'm gonna just let him get the Twitch account and start streaming on Twitch. So that's the idea behind that account. A couple of the TikTok accounts, I got some ideas that I want to use them for too, as far as helping people go. So like that's all it is. Like me, I want to be a service to others. I want to be the best service to others that I can. And a lot of people want to try to, you know, uh hide that. They want to try to hide the fact that there's real people out here that wants to be a help, you know? I don't want to be a hinder in society, I don't want to be, somebody else's dead weight or, you know, I want to be, you know, I want to be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I'll travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. You know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. In the world we must defend. All right, let me stop for y'all find out how weird I am. Is he just singing that whole damn song off the top of his head like that? Who remembers stuff? That's what they're gonna be saying tomorrow. Who remembers stuff like that? Who remembers stuff like that? Who remembers stuff like that? A person with a great mind. You know what? I challenge No Nuts to a damn acting class, man. I feel like I can at this point, I feel like I can act better than him. I mean, I'm already proving that I can act better than him. He keep having these emotional outbreaks and shit like that. Did I tell y'all he walked out of acting school? Huh? Did I tell y'all he walked out of acting school? Yes, he did. He walked right out of acting school. Yup. Yup. Guess what? Bad dope. Bad business. You know what I'm saying? Bad dope, bad business. You know what I'm saying? He walked out of acting school. That boy bad business. You can't depend on something like that. What if that was a contract he signed for for a movie or something and he walk out like that? Come on. Hmm? And here's the thing. Jaguar gonna come over here talking about some it's a town meeting, a town hall meeting, and then don't do a town hall meeting and then try to throw out little hints in her life. You already had a town hall meeting. You already had a town hall meeting. So she knows she taking shots at Maggie. So now this is gonna be the whole thing. This is gonna be the whole beef. Like they just creating beefs. Look, Maggie trying to beef with Golden. Maggie trying to beef with Golden, right? I guess she's beefing with AT2, but AT2 ignoring the hell out of them. They doing everything in their power to get AT2's attention, and he's just over there just saying what he's saying, building his content, and they mad as hell. You think he's gonna come back over and address it? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Oh, let me show y'all my shirt since it's 420. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all my shirt. Yeah, TikTok made me buy it. TikTok made me buy it. Now you know it's my birthday too, so 420 being my birthday and Easter falling on 420. I told y'all I be getting dressed just to sit in the house. I don't know about anybody else, but shit, I'll get dressed just to sit in the house. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was gonna wait until April, into 420 to put it on, but then I seen so many people on TikTok already wearing it. I'm like, man, I'm putting my shit on now. You know what I mean? Ah, yeah, make the birthday merch right now. The 420 Ralph the Wise birthday merch. Ooh, with shut up. Put all the little sayings on there. Put all the little sayings on there. Ralph the Wise 420. Dang, what can we do? What can we do? Because it is my birthday. It is my birthday. So we put that out there. Let everybody put their orders in before. 420. They might be able to get it on 420. And it's Easter. It's Easter. Everybody could put that could be the Easter outfit. Oh, hell yeah. I gotta put it in there. I gotta put something together. I gotta put something together. Babe, uh, you know what it is. You know what we gotta do. 420. Put a leaf on it. We about to get that watermelon sugar. Watermelon sugar. We about to get that. That's it. And look, we're staying away from playing other people's content, okay? We are staying away from playing other people's content. We will go into the archives every now and again, but we don't need to play their content to have fun, right? We don't need to play their content to have fun. In fact, sometimes it's better if you go back in your own memory and you remember when they said this stuff. I can show you them saying this stuff, everything like that, but it's better if you just go back in your memory and remember them saying this stuff, or I'll give you some reference points of where. Now, of course, some content we will play. We are going to have a so here's what we're going to do. Starting next week, we're going to open up the vote from my TikTok. Okay. Starting next week, we're going to open up the vote from my TikTok. And basically what I want to do is I want to go back and talk about some of the old stuff that I already talked about on my TikTok a while back. I just realized some of this stuff is juicy. It's still juicy. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna rediscuss the Drake and Kendrick beef. What was it really all about? What really started the Drake and Kendrick beef? XX Tentacion and everything that took place with XX Tentacion plays a part in that whole equation. Okay. XX Tentacion and what took place with XX Tentacion. Remember, Drake came out with the move with the video, the music video where he's pretending to be a meteor falling out of the sky, and the meteor is landing on somebody that looked just like XX Tentacion, right? Drake also said that boy will still be alive today if he never did the interview, so on and so forth. So yeah. And we're gonna get back into that whole dog situation where Drake, they said Drake might have been doing some stuff with some dogs, some trans canine community that XX was a part of. They say XX was also a part of a trans canine community. And this all stems from that Nature Boy Carbon Nature stuff. So they say XX Tentacion was actually a part of the Carbon Nature. And when the whole Drake thing took place and he pushed him out of the way, that's when the whole trans canine community started over in what country is that um allegedly, supposedly, we'll get into it. We'll see how much we can look into. We'll just dig into the archives and see how much we can look into um without getting any strikes. Oh, we fell for that one, didn't we, Riri? We fell for that one. We all had high hopes, didn't we? We were like, yeah, yeah. She gets it. She gets it. Nope. All she was proving was she was ready to do it on her own. That's all she was proving. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, trans canine is a new thing. Like it's a community who academic one of academic's girlfriends was actually part of a trans canine community. She said she been with two men in her life, academic being one of them, and then four dogs. So trans canine community is a community of people who openly have the right to you know be with dogs. They think they're dogs. They think they're half dogs, so they're trans canine. Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to cover it. I don't know. I gotta look and see how much I can cover with the guidelines for over here. I know I covered a lot of it on TikTok, even putting together that Epstein is his uncle, um, and some more stuff that I had put together over there when I was looking into this. Uh, you know, this person that whose name is Dutch Valley. Y'all might want to look that person up. It's called Dutch Valley. He's the one who was threatening Drake, telling Drake like, remember the still got what you did to Diamond, so on and so forth. So at that time there was a lot of Drake extortion videos going on. There was a lot of Drake extortion things going on, remember? Uh, you can see it right here. I covered a lot of it. You see the Ebony Prince talking to Drake right here, and a lot of this stuff. DJ Academic. Some of these other videos that I covered was this one.
There's all different types of gardens. Some of them get a little dark, but you gotta have fun, right? There's all
Look
different
how
types of
demonic that
gardens.
is.
Some of them get a little dark, but you gotta have fun, right?
There's
There's all
all
different types
different
of
types of
gardens. Some
gardens.
of them get a little dark,
Some of them get a
but you gotta
little
have fun,
dark,
right?
but you gotta have fun.
There's all different types of
Look at his
gardens.
eyes.
Some of them get a little.
Crazy work. Crazy work. But yeah, so we covered the story basically, and it was unfolding. A lot of stuff was unfolding around, the Drake thing, um, the whole situation. There was a lot of stuff unfolding about the unaliving. If you remember with the XX trial, Drake actually was subpoenaed to go to court at the XX trial, if you guys remember, so on and so forth. So there was a lot of pieces that, was put together. Um, So right here was a breakdown. Kendrick never accused. So in the song, Kendrick has said some things that Drake. This is why I say your tongue will tell on you, because sometimes some people hit so close to the truth that it will make you tell on yourself, right? A lot of these people are doing that already, right? So in the song, Kendrick never accused Drake of being a rat, but his first few lines addressed in it detail. Kendrick called Drake Weinstein, not Epstein, but Drake chose to name drop the later, which was Epstein, right? Kendrick called him Weinstein, but Drake decided to address Epstein, right? Because that's his uncle. That's part truth, right? Allegedly. Allegations include pedophilia rings, right? Kendrick never mentioned Molly Bobby Brown, but Drake chose to bring her up, right? Drake started bringing up specific people, right? Molly Bobby Brown, and a couple of other people, right? Now, they say that XX Tentacion was trying to keep someone else out of Drake's hands also. And that's a long story behind that. There was some other stories that took place behind this whole XX Tentacion. Remember, XX Tentacion went to Academic and he told Academic Drake tried to take him out when he was locked up. Academic went and told Drake, right? That's why Academic and Drake is so close. That's why they so thick. You can go look up Daylight. Daylight did an interview where he was jokingly but telling the truth in a joke. He was saying that I talked to, my friend, let's just say, their name is such and such, and he said that he did it. I talked to Aubrey, and Aubrey said that he did it. I said, man, did you know something happened to that dude XX Tentacion? And he was like, yes, I had something to do with it. And I was like, what? You so this has been going around for a while now. This is why Kendrick said I lost too many not to play it safe. That's why he said I still got PTSD. That's why he said I lost too many not to play it safe and I still got PTSD. You know what I mean? Right? Because he was talking about the XX Tentacion situation, right? So this is all the things that, and there was a lot of other things that Kendrick was bringing up. When he said, "Have you ever played? Have you ever?" He said, "Have you ever, walk your enemy down like with a poker face?" Well, when you're talking about poker, you're talking about a poker hand. A reference to a poker hand is a little boat. The person who took XX Tentacion out, his name was Little Boat. So that's why he said, "Have you ever walked your enemy down like with a poker face?" Because he was talking about Drake's involvement and referencing to Little Boat, right? So uh this was way back. Look at the dates on this. I covered this, 2024, right? 5/13/2024, where I'm showing you academic accused of grooming minors, right? This is January 2024. I've been covered it, right? Ben covered it. Ben spoke on it, right? But here we are. That's why I say I got to go into my archives and show people, you know what I mean? I got to go into my archives and show people the depths of the things that I already spoke on and covered. You know what I mean? Uh, this was one of the people who went into the hotel. This is why this guy was, being questioned about the whole Drake thing because he went into the hotel. The timestamps don't match, right? The time he entered and the time he exit don't match, so on and so forth. So there was a lot of different things and different cues that people didn't pick up that was around that whole Drake and Kendrick beef when they were going at it. There was a lot of stuff that people didn't pick up. So yeah, I think we should open that back up and have a nice little conversation about that. Um, and there's some other stuff. There's definitely some other stuff that is acquired and wrapped around this thing. Um, for the most part, right? For the most part, we have to look at this and say, like, what's really going on? You know what I mean? What's really going on? Uh, what really took place, right? Let me see. Does this one?
Explain the truth about Drake. X took to Instagram right before his murder and said that if anyone unalived him, it was Drake. And X publicly talked about Drake multiple different times on lives and in interviews, explaining the feud between them. And X was so upset because someone reached out to him from Drake's management team and said that Drake wanted to collab with him. And then X ended up going to jail. And when this happened, Drake previewed a song in Amsterdam that had the same exact beat as X's song. And this is what caused this whole beef. And X was very publicly talking about Drake and how he allegedly steals people's beats and songs. And this is something that Drake has been accused of multiple different times. At one time, Diddy actually punched Drake over the 0 to 100 song at Live nightclub in Miami. And this happened because Drake and Diddy were both given the 0 to 100 song, and Diddy wanted to sit on that song, and Drake ended up just releasing it anyway by himself, which allegedly made Diddy mad, and this is why he punched him at Live nightclub. And it was alleged that this incident caused Drake to go to the ER because his shoulder was out of place. And after X's death, people have speculated that Drake is throwing multiple shots at X's death in his song subliminally, like this one, SMS triple X, the only time I is below the neck. And during X's murder trial, the medical examiner said that the rapper was shot 3 times in the neck. And people also speculate this song because if you break down the numbers above and what he's saying, it equals 30. And then that is Roman numeral XXX. And then he says, if he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. And we know X went live multiple different times, throwing shots at Drake.
Now, like I said, like I covered a lot of this already. So it's like there was a lot of stuff that was being said that people wasn't really speaking about, right? When the whole security guard thing took place, and there was a shooting at Drake's house. There was a pew-pewing at Drake's mansion, and so on and so forth. It turns out that the security company that this was under was also a company that was falsely signed to Drake. And that company that was falsely signed to Drake also had a payout of the same amount of money that was given to the people that was paid to unalive XX Tentacion, allegedly. Okay. So there was a lot of stuff that was around this whole situation that at the time I was like, damn, this is deep. This is deep. You know, I was posting it, I was talking about it. I didn't really see too many people like really like strongly talking about it because I was strongly talking about it. Like, I mean, I was like strongly talking about it. Like this. Like this was my backdrop for a while. Like this was my backdrop for a long while. You get what I'm saying? So like I was talking about it for a while, you know what I mean? And I was over there cooking them. I was cooking them over there. You know what I mean? I had about 2,000 people in the live every day, you know, talking about it. That's why I say, you know, they can say what they want to say over here. I already sat in the room with numbers in it, sat in the room with, you know, big people in it, whatever the case may be. I don't feel as though we should have to brag about accolades. But damn, was that the one that shows XX talking to? There's a video that shows XX talking to right here.
This way, I'm in jail. I had a PBL charge. I'm facing
Now
life.
this is him talking to Academic.
Nobody
now
realized I was facing life. I'm facing life. Which was one of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody loved Drake, bro. Everybody loved Drake. I still respect the nigga for his music. You know what I'm saying? I just can't respect what he did to me. You feel me? Actually, fuck that. It was my dog, Chris. I was on the phone with my dog, Chris. He was like, yo, you gotta listen to this shit. This nigga Drake a fuck nigga. That's exactly what he said. Like, this nigga Drake a fuck nigga. You gotta listen to this shit. So he plays this shit. I hear I'm like, what the fuck? As soon as it started, like I knew he was getting that. And the funny thing is, we didn't discover it. The fan, like you said, the fans, because they're so cold. It's like I got a piece of the internet. You feel me?
So they were saying.
See, this is what he was talking about in the diss.
The nigga tried.
So, like, this is some of the stuff that he was speaking on when he went, because Drake tried to get XX music taken off of Apple. So Kendrick was trying to fight to keep XX music on Apple. Drake tried to make it seem like Kendrick was fighting to keep R. Kelly's music on Apple instead of when he was trying, because Drake tried to sneak it in under R. Kelly getting taken off of Apple. So R. Kelly was getting taken off of Apple, and Drake tried to sneak it in there. Oh, it was on Spotify. It was on Spotify. Sorry. So uh Kendrick Lamar reportedly threatened to remove music from Spotify following XXXTentacion's ban. 2 weeks ago came news that Spotify was removing artist XXXTentacion's and R. Kelly from the official playlist as part of a hate content and hateful conduct policy was intact recently, right? Now, Kendrick fought to keep XXXTentacion's music on there. Drake tried to make it seem like Kendrick was fighting to keep R. Kelly's music on there. And if you go listen to one of Drake's songs in the diss, he was saying like, I'm gonna get rid of you just like I got rid of R. Kelly. But he was really talking about I'm gonna get rid of you just like I got rid of old boy, talking about XX. So there was a lot of stuff that was in there that people really didn't like pay attention to. Uh, you know,
Not do it. Tio Gambino's? Yo, so let's talk about you being Jewish real quick.
Let's do that.
Because a lot of people think that like Asher's Jewish.
Right.
He's not. His dad's Jewish. He doesn't really identify. All loves to Jews, but he's not Jewish.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand,
But he wasn't there. He didn't read his portion, first of all.
you didn't have a bar mitzvah.
Come on. Are you serious?
You had a hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Just tell you don't understand how big you're about to be in the Jew world right
You don't understand how big it
now.
is.
Yo,
First of all, I live in an all-Jewish area. So
Where?
I went
Where is
to
that?
Forest Hill.
Okay.
I went to a predominantly Jewish school growing up. I definitely had a bar mitzvah in an Italian restaurant, mind you.
My lord.
Yeah.
A nice Italian restaurant?
A very nice
Okay,
Italian
okay.
restaurant. The song of the night was Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
You are younger than me.
Yeah.
I forget about that.
Yeah. And yeah, man, I was in there. I was in synagogue. I had my yarmulke on.
Hebrew school, the whole nine? You did no Hebrew
See,
school?
I cheated. I didn't really.
So you just did that? No. Your
I just
parents,
selected the money.
your parents are nice.
Yeah.
So they let you do the bar mitzvah without having to do the fucking Hebrew school thing. So your mom's Jewish.
My mother is Jewish, and we have great Jewish dinners like Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
First text message you ever sent me. Good Shabbos.
Yep, good Shabbos.
He kept it real.
Yep.
yeah. So there's a lot of conversation around that we can cover. There is a lot of conversation around that we can cover. Yeah, should be interesting. So next week we're gonna, cover some things that I already covered, talked about, so on and so forth. And we'll dig into the lyrics of certain parts where Kendrick, was hitting on some of the dark stuff that Drake was doing. Kendrick had videos of Drake, allegedly doing stuff with some dogs. That's why he came out with the meet the Grams. That's where he said, your son's a sick man, so on and so forth. There were some parts that was taken out of that song. And yeah, we can get into all of that. So that should be fun. That's something that we can get into. I told you, like, I literally looked up a lot of stuff already, and I did a lot of stuff. I thought everybody was up to par with the mayhem and the madness, but now that I see that everybody's not, we're gonna put some things back. We're gonna get some things in order and listen to some stuff, or talk about some stuff. Okay. All right. Let me just say I love y'all. If nobody told you that they love you, let me be the first but not the last to say it. It's still gonna be a great stream. Listen, y'all make sure y'all be great at everything that y'all do. Don't let nobody tell y'all that y'all are not great. We're headed over to the Discord for the ones who still kick it in the Discord with me. Love is love, man. Everything is going to be great. We got April 20th coming up. The new sun, a lot of energy is coming in with this sun. Oh man, I can't wait. It's going to be so beautiful. So yeah, remember, knowledge and wisdom comes with enlightenment. So if you got enlightenment, that's in light and mental. That's light with inside your mind. So if you got enlightenment, it comes with knowledge, it comes with wisdom. That's how you enlighten yourself and others around you. You know, I remember someone wrote a poem that said, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measures, and we allow our light to shine. We subconsciously allow other people's light to shine around us. So I'm going to continue to let my light shine, and hopefully it will subconsciously allow other people to see that they too can let their light shine. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know we got to get rid of these demons.
A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here up on this plastic, God take breath from me. I'm sipping this Henny, this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hunger for paper saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich, kick, we can get paid tonight. Yeah, go. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but no wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, though, real talk. Hey, fight my demon. So many demons. Me against these demons. Fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be poor. Remember they laughed at me and they choked. Gave me the ball and nigga they choked. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. No code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I see your dead homie, yelling company. BMG gang, and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit, guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about the bystander. I can pull up in the high left. Don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but when you gonna go down? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over.
Y'all have a great night. Love is love, man. We got a lot of positive things. Happening. We can't let them stop the positive. You know, they trying to make me wear negative. They can't make me wear negative.
Fight my demons.
You wear it.
Fight my demons.
Look better on you. We moving
It's
the
me
greater things.
against these demons.
Yes, we is. We can't let them stop us from being great. Huh?
Living life the case and the idea that my evil thoughts go unpunished.
No, we not.
As I saw through the rubbish, my days of thugging get slow and rugged. Idolizing puppets who control the public like a controlled substance.
Feel bad for my past.
Bullets in abundance, anticipating what I know is coming.
Altered it. You lied about a lot of stuff.
All of a sudden, my past is blurring, my future is sudden.
Took place accurately.
Dark and muddy, hoping for Sunday, I'm still running.
Everything that I've been through make me the person that I am today. And I love the person that I am today.
Peace.
You can never make me feel bad. Never. Keep trying, clown.